like to thank you for being here this afternoon, for taking the time and making the trip to San Diego to be part of this beautiful day, and for being a special part of their lives. Laurent and Veronica would also like to acknowledge the loved ones who couldn't be here today. Laurent's grandparents, Janine, Alexandre, and Pierre, and finally Nanian, who had to stay in France. Some might believe that the universe or God brought Veronica and Laurent together. If you leave today remembering one thing, please remember that it was, in fact, I who brought them together. I won't spend too long talking about the incredible foresight, keen intuition, or eye for the opportunity it took to spot the potential here. Nor will I go on at length about how convincing them to get together was like herding cats. It's just not the time and place for that. Instead, I'd like to talk about what it means to bring these two together. Sometimes, the longing of a friend or family member can echo so profoundly within ourselves that it feels like our own. We often pray for good tidings, but seldom are we ourselves the vessels through which those tidings are born. But sometimes, rarely, we are presented with an opportunity to set a loved one on a new path, to create new and lasting change. In 2015, I had known Laurent for 7 years and Veronica for 3. Each was, in their own way, experiencing a drought. They were lonely, needlessly lonely, kept from their visions of themselves and their futures by an inability to find the right person. It wasn't easy to get them together, but since I did, I've watched them flower. With Laurent's attentiveness and his unconditional love, Veronica has blossomed into a brilliant, ambitious, and ever more beautiful woman. And with Veronica's support and caring, Laurent has become ever more dashing, clever, confident, and with even bigger biceps. But more than personal growth, they've grown together as a couple. Their shared sense of adventure has led them through multiple Spartan races, silent meditation retreats, trips to Mexico, and months of pre-wedding starvation. They have supported one another through ups and downs in their health and their careers, and most importantly, they've fostered around themselves a strong community that loves them dearly and strives to see them succeed. And we have only seen the beginning. Laurent and Veronica would like to invite each of you to participate in their wedding ceremony for a wishing stone you will find in your seats. During the ceremony, please hold the stone and focus on the intentions that you have for the couple and their journey ahead. Laurent and Veronica will collect the stones filled with your love and energy and take them home after the ceremony to have on this day and for years to come. Let's begin.
Your mouth is a revolver, find bullets in the sky. Your love is like a soldier, loyal till you die. And I've been looking at the stars for a long, long time. I've been putting out fires all my life. Everybody wants to flame, they don't want to get burned. And today is our turn. Days like these lead to nights like this, lead to love like ours. You light the spark in my bonfire heart. People like us, we don't need that much. Just someone that starts the spark in our bonfire hearts. This world is getting colder, strangers passing by. No one offers you a shoulder, no one looks you in the eye. But I've been looking at you for a long, long time, just trying to break through, trying to make you mine. Everybody wants to flame, they don't want to get burned. Well, today is our turn. Days like these lead to nights like this, lead to love like ours. You light the spark in my bonfire.
today because you have made a choice. For over 4 years, you have lived your lives side by side. But after today, you will live them as one. In this ceremony, you will merge your lives, your families, and your identities in a lasting way. We often say, "Till death do you part," and yet we know that these bonds endure even beyond death. The family you become today will be your legacy. Please take a moment to look around you. In every direction, you will see evidence of the community you have built. Family, friends, colleagues. Each individual present wishes you goodwill and has come to bear witness to your commitment. Please silence your thoughts and appreciate the good intentions and the well wishes they are channeling in your direction. Everyone present supports you, loves you, and wants to see your union succeed. You have asked me to preside over this ceremony as I have been the midwife of your relationship in years past. Previously, you called me your fairy godmother, a title I am happy to own. But today, I pass this role of guardian on, not to either of you, but to the commitment you will make. It is easy to see marriage as a means to many ends. Children, tax benefits. They're real. Social acceptability and security. I urge you, though, to see it as a means in itself, as an end in itself. In binding yourselves together, you become a part of something greater. Allow that something to usher you to a new season in life, where your personal whims and individual fancies are surrendered to a broader vision. Today, you become part of a larger union. Your union will serve as your true north, holding you together, taming your selfishness, focusing you on what is important, what will move you forward. It will be your teacher, your parent, and your guide. Trust it more than you trust yourself. Learn to yield. As you commit to one another, put service to the other above service to yourself. Watch the other's cup to ensure it never runs dry. Take on one another's problems as your own. Love one another's families as your own. Safeguard the other's pride. Be good to one another. Because it is in the growth of this higher consciousness and in these acts of selflessness that we come to love one another and the world more deeply. This is the role that I hope marriage plays for you, to bring each of you and those around you more deeply, more gently, and more lovingly into their community and into the world. In a moment, Veronica and Laurent will make their vows to one another and consecrate their commitments. But before they do, I will ask their friends and family to make a vow. All of those present, please rise and repeat after me. Today, I vow to be a loyal and true supporter of Veronica and Laurent's relationship.
Today, I vow to be a loyal and
to always wish them well and offer them my best intentions. To support them and their love as it grows. To uphold them in good times and in bad. To be a blessing unto them and to help them find their way together. Thank you. You may be seated. Today, friends, we find ourselves at the end of a season. The first days of September belong to a period most of us believe has already ended. We are keenly aware of the passage of time as the freedom of summer gives way to the comfort of fall. Our attitude towards our surroundings shift as we become more aware of a desire for warmth and a need for home. For you, Veronica and Laurent, tomorrow may seem no different than today, and you will begin to wonder whether your commitment has changed you as thoroughly as you had hoped that it would. I assure you, though, in that moment, you will be changing. I now invite you to exchange vows.
Veronica, You're a sun that shines so bright, you light up every room you walk into. You're beautiful, fierce, strong, and generous, and you inspire me and energize me every day. You are my strongest ally. You pick me up when I fall, and guide me when I'm lost. You are my best partner in crime. You fill my life with joy, and make my journey through it so much better. You make my life, and that of everyone around you, better everywhere you go. You're the love of my life. I promise to love you and to help your light shine through. I promise to help your dreams come true, every day of my life. I promise to support you and to always be by your side in tough times and in good times. I promise to lead my life to serve our common vision of a family and a future together. And I promise to do everything I can to make our life as fun and enjoyable as I can.
Laurent, you're the best life partner I could ever ask for. Your perseverance, your strength, your intelligence, and your generosity are extraordinary. You have an incredible capacity to love and take care of other people. You will be a rock star father. Our kids are going to be so lucky to have you as their dad. And I've never seen anyone as fiercely supportive and loyal to their partner as you are to me. You're the best partner to go through the bad times with, but you're also the best partner to go through good times with. Every moment with you is filled with bliss. We have created so many wonderful memories together in all parts of the world and at home. You are my home. I will love you and make you feel loved. I promise to help you put yourself first more. I promise to be the partner you deserve and someone you can be proud of. I will support you in being your highest self, and I will challenge you and I will fight for you. I will stand up for the values that we want to represent and the people we want to be. I promise to put the family and the home we're building together above all.
These words, spoken today between Veronica and Laurent, are important and sacred, but they are not what joins these two together, nor is this marriage ceremony. Veronica and Laurent have already chosen to walk together on life's journey, and we are here to witness a symbolic union of the love they share and the future they are building together. Veronica, do you take Laurent to be your partner in life? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor him, and keep him, for better or for worse, in sickness or in health, for richer or for poorer, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Laurent, do you take Veronica to be your partner in life? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness or in health, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And to everyone here, do you promise to stand by this couple, to remind them of their vows, and to act as an example of love and family? Give me a hearty, we do.
We do!
That's good. Just that. I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
Repeat after me.
Repeat
after me.
I give you this ring.
Okay. To remind you of this day.
To remind you of this day.
When in front of our closest friends and family.
We're in front of our closest friends and family.
We vowed that our love can overcome all things.
We vow that our love can overcome all things.
That our love shines, elevates, and perseveres.
That our love shines, elevates, and perseveres.
And will continue to do so for the rest of our lives.
And will continue to do so for the rest of our lives.
Veronica and Laurent, it is with such joy that I now send you out into the world to spread the beautiful light that you share with those around you. By the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church, I now pronounce you married. Now go kiss and celebrate.
Few years or so, Paris to China, Colorado. Sometimes there's airplanes I can't jump out. Sometimes it's bullshit that don't work now. We got our stories, but please tell me what there's to complain about.
I'm on top of the world, I'm on top of the world, waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting since a child, and I know it's hard when you're falling down and it's a long way up, get up now, get up now, and I know it's hard when you're falling down and it's a long way up, and you take me round, get up now, get up.
So wait a moment, I'd like to talk about what it was like to get these two together. They were both living in New York City. I knew that Laurent was too shy and Veronica was too busy to actually meet anybody. And so I thought I'd do them a solid and introduce them. It seemed easy enough, like a quick win. You know, and it seemed simple and straightforward. But like I said before, it was actually like herding cats. I remember the first time I texted Laurent in October 2014, telling him that he should meet my friend. Let me get the text message really quick.
Okay. October 25th, 2014, 9:11 a.m.
What are you up to today? I want to introduce you to my friend tonight.
No response. October 26th, 2014, 7:51 p.m.
I really want you to take my friend out. She's beautiful and you'd have a great time. Please.
No response.
It continued this way for a while, with me urging and Laurent ghosting, until one day in March, I had brunch with Veronica, and she was talking about her frustrations with her love life, and I said, you know, this has to move faster. So I called Laurent, and I wouldn't let him off the phone until we set a time and a place for them to meet. This was March, by the way. I don't know if I said that. A full 6 months later. So they were going to meet up, and I thought my work was done. And then, after the first date, I get a flurries of calls and text messages. And so there's the coaching and the reassuring, you know, and making sure everything goes smoothly. And I think at one point I said, look, just keep dating until you like one another. Seriously. There was even a three-way date. where I cycled behind them at Soul Cycle. Then we all went to a bar, and I sat between them while they looked and talked exclusively to one another. You know, and then a few days later, I get a text message from Veronica. I missed my flight to Italy because they were up too late, having too good a time. They got 40 minutes of sleep, couldn't leave one another to get to the airport, and I knew that my work was sort of mostly done.
And that's where I enter the picture. So, as I mentioned, I have known Veronica and Laurent almost the entirety of the relationship. I met Elliot just a couple months after he introduced them. And since then, I can confidently say that every occasion, whether big or small, with Veronica and Laurent has been a party. And through all of those experiences, I've learned two very clear things about this couple. One, Laurent is the perfect host, and two, Veronica is the perfect party attendee. So let me start with Laurent. As someone else who also loves to throw parties, I can confidently say that Laurent is an impeccable host. He always chooses the best things for his guests to eat, such as his famous tuna dip. If you haven't tried it or know anything about it, you should ask him about it and get the recipe because it's incredible. And he also never lets anyone's glass be empty. So I can actually remember the first time Laurent and Veronica had Elliot and I over for dinner as a couple. Laurent purchased an entire 12-bottle case of hard sparkling cider, just to ensure that there would be enough for the four of us. And I can vividly remember at 2 o'clock in the morning, Laurent was cracking open the 9th bottle, just so no one would have an empty glass. And what's even more remarkable, I think, about that experience is that the two of them had to run a Spartan race the following morning. That's how good a host Laurent is. And that leads me to Veronica, who is the guest that everybody wants to have at a party. I mean, first, she's a brilliant conversationalist. Second, she always shows up on time and stays until the end. And third, she dresses the theme no matter what. I remember the very first Halloween that we invited Veronica and Laurent to join us on. We asked them to come to Madame Tussauds House of Wax for the RuPaul's Drag Race Halloween Spooktacular. And Veronica did meticulous research to understand how this famous Russian drag queen dressed. And she came fully represented, complete with the fur hat with the hammer and sickle insignia on her forehead. And Laurent, to his credit, tried very hard to be a lady.
You know, all jokes aside, Veronica and Laurent, you are our best friends, and we're so excited to be a part of your special day. So without further ado...
Oh, yes, the positive traits.
Okay. So what follows is an incomplete list of amazing things you need to know about Veronica and Laurent.
Number 1, they are enthusiastic. Reference aforementioned party throwing and costume dressing.
Number 2, they are full of surprises. I still remember when I got a box in the mail from Bruce Banner, Department of Molecular Physics, NYU. They contained a bright green bear dressed in leather gear. And after 2 weeks of asking around who sent it to me, I finally asked Veronica, and she sent me a picture of the two of them with the bear in hand.
Number 3, they are aspirationally fit. I know that Veronica has a thigh gap to make Kate Moss blush. And Laurent, are you sure you're not related to the Kardashians? Because I'm pretty sure you could break the internet again.
Number 4, they are truly supportive friends. When I was looking for my job at McKinsey, when Nathaniel was doing his job interviews, and Veronica helped us prep, and when I was sick in bed and couldn't even sit up, they came and played cards at my side in our little bedroom.
And 5th and finally, they are community builders. So if you look around you, everyone that you see around you, that's because Veronica and Laurent brought you here today to be part of their community. And this is something that they do not just in big events like this, but in their day-to-day lives. They bring people together and they foster a beautiful community. So Ellie and I would like to propose a toast to Veronica and Laurent.
To a lifetime of hard bodies and good memories and love.
And a beautiful community.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi everyone, my name is Jocelyn. So just so you know, the schedule was sent to me a couple days ago from Veronica. The speech for me was supposed to be from 7:30 to 7:37. So it has to be precise. So if there is a song at the end of my speech, that means I'm too long. So anyway, for those who don't know me, my name is Jocelyn. Last year I received the great honor of being designated as the best man for this wedding. So I have to say it feels quite good to be officially the best at something for one day. I have known Laurent for 13 years, which means that we were basically kids when we met, because we're both like 25 right now. So we had both freshly arrived to New York for what we thought was going to be a sweet and short study abroad adventure. But little did we know that 13 years later, almost exactly on that day, September, went back to school, we would be here in San Diego celebrating a major milestone in Laurent's life. The only difference between then and now is that I got upgraded from roommate to best man. So it's pretty much the same thing, except the outfit is more expensive. So on that day, 13 years ago, we were at IKEA with our roommates, Marion and Thijs, arguing on the color of the couch that we would get for the apartment and the number of wine glasses that we would have to buy. So at that time, we were moving to a 4-bedroom apartment on 54th Street. Just so people understand, while we had to get along as roommates, there was only one bathroom for all of us. But Laurent was on different time zone, because he was pretty much doing his homework between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. Then he would get a couple sleeping pills, and when I say a couple, it's like half of the melatonin jar, basically. And then he would wake up at 2 p.m. the next day. So at the time we had our little habits there. I'm sure Laurent remembers when we had to, we were going to Daily Soup pretty much every day to get our lunch, and then go eat in Central Park. But then Laurent moved to Boston for a little while, but I guess he was missing New York because he decided to come back to New York part-time. So we became part-time roommates. So not only did we have to share the bathroom, but we had to share a tiny studio on 58th Street for a couple days a week. So at the time I was looking forward to Laurent getting married. Just kidding.
Oh, there we go. Now you're comfortable again.
Yes. Finally.
You can be yourself.
Yes, that dress is just a lot. Well, we missed the sunset, but we got good weather instead. How was the dinner?
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
I like that. What's that green sauce?
Chimichurri.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
I want to.
And the steak was just so good. I don't know. I'm tooting my own horn, but I really.
What's that?
I'm tooting my own horn, but I really liked it.
Okay, well, it was good.
Like this, and create it here. Okay, create it. Back up a little bit.
Smile.